Okay, let's speak to Zeina, who joins us live now from Beirut. Zeina, good to see you. What's the initial reaction where you are in Lebanon to the news, particularly from Hezbollah, of the ceasefire extension?
Well, there has been no reaction from Hezbollah following the announcement that that ceasefire has been extended. But Hezbollah's position is we welcome a ceasefire, but just as long as it is not one-sided, that Israel stops its attacks. There is no doubt that there is relief in the country, that this temporary truce stopped Israel's wide-scale, intense bombing campaign. But South Lebanon remains very much an active battleground. Israel carrying out attacks, saying it is doing this for its own security. At the beginning, in the first few days, Hezbollah did not respond, but it has since started to target Israeli troops in southern Lebanon and Israeli troops in northern Israel. So this ceasefire, in many ways, for some, it really has no meaning because people have still not been able to return to the south of the country, and that whole area is being demolished. We heard the Lebanese ambassador say that Lebanon asked for three things: a ceasefire, an end to Israeli attacks, and the end of demolitions of villages. And there was no public commitment on the part of Israel to stop those demolitions, to stop those attacks. And really words that we heard either from President Trump about this possible meeting between the Lebanese president and the Israeli prime minister, words by the U.S. Secretary of State saying that, this is going to give time for these two countries to make peace. This is really a very divisive issue in Lebanon, and it's only going to deepen the divide in the country. It's not just Hezbollah who rejects direct talks with Israel, who rejects peace with Israel. Two very powerful politicians in Lebanon, the Speaker of Parliament, Nabi Berri, who also speaks on behalf of the Muslim Shia community, and then you have the Druze leader, Walid Jumblat, both making it very clear that peace should not be on the table. What should be on the table is a permanent cessation of hostilities and, agreeing on the land border and ensuring that Israel leaves Lebanese land. So really a lot of controversial statements there and it's really with this deep divide, people are worried because it is dangerous in a country like Lebanon.
Yeah, as you say, millions have been displaced, Zeina, by the fighting, particularly in the south of Lebanon. If the likelihood of people being able to return back home is slim, what is going to happen to all these displaced people?
Well, the Israeli military drew the so-called yellow line. It includes dozens of villages along the border, and people cannot cross that line. People cannot return to their villages. In fact, villages are being leveled to the ground, so people have no homes to return to. Israel says that this is for the security of its border communities. It wants to push Hezbollah away from the border. But in reality, people here see this as another form of occupation. And we even heard the Speaker of Parliament, Nabi Berri, and this is not just Hezbollah talking, the Speaker of Parliament saying that if Israel stays in Lebanese land, this is going to lead to resistance. And even Hezbollah is threatening that they will keep up with this war of attrition. Yes, Hezbollah is no match to Israel. Israel has drones, sophisticated technology, but what Hezbollah is trying to do is make this a costly occupation for Israel. So, and I think what's important as well is yesterday we saw an envoy from Saudi Arabia in Beirut holding talks with Lebanese leaders here. And what we understand is that the message that Saudi Arabia gave to Joseph Aoun, the president and the prime minister, is do not step out of line because there is an Arab peace initiative. And Lebanon appears to be moving away from this initiative, an initiative which calls for peace as long as there will be a comprehensive settlement to the regional problem, to the Palestinian question. So also, it's very dangerous, the very fact that Lebanon's leaders are walking this path alone without Arab cover. So really very dangerous times, a deep divide in Lebanon. It's not just Hezbollah who rejects peace. We have to remember there's a whole community which feels targeted not just by Israel, but a whole community in Lebanon which feels that they're being targeted internally as well.
Okay, thank you for that. Zeina Khodr there for us live in Beirut.